I do apologize, you guys. My video got cut right off. Amber Alert came in and completely just cut the video out. But this is probably going to be a two-part because I don't know how to edit and do all of that mess. I record my videos and upload. So, yeah, but I like to let my dough sit overnight, let it all get the same temp, let the sugars kind of sit in with everything, and then I like to bake them the next day. But the next one we have is Cuddle Me Goodnight. I'm so upset about that. I really thought that it was gonna pick it up from where it left off, but it's okay. So Cuddle Me Goodnight, it's lavender, pink sugar, blue sugar, yellow cake, sugar cookie, and whipped cream. Oh, y'all, this one is so good. I definitely get the lavender, the pink sugar. I get hints of blue sugar. I don't get the blue sugar strong. I feel like the blue sugar adds some depthness to the blend. I feel like if the blue sugar wasn't there, it would kind of be a very heavily sweet with the pink sugar, the yellow cake, and the sugar cookie. So I feel like the blue sugar definitely adds some depthness to it and just tones down all of that sugar. You know what? This one I might be able to chop without microwaving. Maybe I'll need to throw it in, we'll see. But this one is pretty soft. I could have microwaved it just because there's rippling here, but that's fine. It kind of like got smushed there. So this one is starting to crumble, which is fine. I have realized not to be so picky about the wax and how it, whether it crumbles or not, it's just wax. I'm gonna warm it. I actually don't mind these crumbly pieces. That is okay with me. So this one is probably a little bigger than I would like to put in one warmer. So I'm just gonna chop it in half. Hey boys. So I'm actually just gonna take it on here. Let's see if that works. Yep. And we're just gonna throw it right in there. When I first started chopping wax, I was like trying to perfect everything. And this one I am gonna close up just because I didn't microwave. But like making sure like everything was like all cohesive and all the pieces were as close as to the same size. And I'm just like, now it's just it's just wax. Like, yeah, I kind of leave it as is. I tend to do the same method of chopping for loaves, souffles, and shapes like the jack-o'-lanterns and other types of shape. I kind of just fill it out and, like I said, cut it to what I think I would melt in one warmer. Next we have Sweet Silence. This is pink sugar, pink berry tonka, cookie, sweet and creamy, waffle cone, and vanilla. This one I'm actually going to put to the side. I'm not going to chop this. I didn't realize that I grabbed that. That is one I'm personally not a fan of. The sweet and creamy I find turns in the warmer and it turns my stomach. I'm not sure what it is. I melted the jack-o'-lantern that I did have. Don't think that I melted the whole thing. I think it maybe started to melt in the warmer for like 10 minutes and I had to take it out. So that one's just not for me, and that's okay. Here we have the Ouija boards. This is my favorite one from Brita's. This is lavender and buttermint. So it's a simple blend, but I absolutely love lavender. I love peppermint. Buttermint isn't a newfound oil for me, but it is definitely like a newfound love oil for me. I'm gonna put these for 45 seconds just because they are bigger, little bit thicker pieces. They are pretty good size. So yeah, I'm gonna do 45 seconds on these and I will be back. So that is in the microwave. How have y'all been? I feel like I've been like slacking off on my recording. It's been terrible. I also haven't been purchasing. I haven't been melting like I wanted to. I have a huge bag of empties, y'all. I really need to get it done. Wax is done. But at this point, my bag is overflowing. So I really need to get my video done. Could you get that out, please? I feel like I've been gathering that bag since my last empties video, and I don't remember when my last empties video was. It's probably been more than 2 months. Okay, so 45 seconds was, I'm not sure if y'all can see the difference in color, how it kind of darkened here. So that one is very soft there. So let me see if I can show y'all. It's very, very soft. So 45 seconds was definitely enough time. The microwave that I do have, y'all can see. Oops, I'm so sorry, y'all. See, it's like a darker pink there. It is a higher wattage microwave. I want to say it's a conventional microwave, which they tend to be a higher wattage than your standard one. So I know next time the Ouija boards, 30 seconds, and that's good. So I'm gonna cut this how I cut my loaves, and let me get y'all in frame here. I kind of just move the camera out of the way, out of frame and everything. My apologies, y'all. I'm very clumsy. So I'm actually gonna put the napkin on this because I don't want it to stick underneath here. So I'm probably just gonna go for it and just chop this one right in half. I try to get it as evenly as possible on both sides. That was a very easy cut like butter. But as y'all can see, I put it in the microwave for too long, which is completely fine. Very pretty colors. You got this blue and this pink. I'm gonna turn it on its side and I'm just gonna chop from here. I want to say maybe I got like 8 pieces out of this last time. I'm not sure. Hopefully I'm in frame. So maybe 10 it looks like. Yep, that's gonna put that there. So these are almost like little like mini loaves. I don't like to put too much wax in my warmer. I feel like when I started with vendor wax, I was just like throwing big old chunks in there, and like Rose Girls pieces, I was like throwing too many meltons in the warmer. But I've learned it's not necessary. The less, the better. And because I changed wax out frequently. When I do get the chance to melt, I usually will change out wax 3 times throughout the day. So less is definitely better. So this piece is bigger, so I'm just gonna... I like to record it on the other side, but me being a lefty, it never seems to work out for me because my hand is always in the way. So I probably could have left this because it is so small, but this one, these 2 pieces could be one's for the bathroom and like the ones that go on the wall. So normally when I chop wax and I notice that I let it get too soft, I will let it sit. But for the sake of the video, I was not gonna let it sit. Yeah, we'll do this one smaller and do the same thing. Yeah, for the sake of this video, I was not gonna let this wax sit. So I know next time that was a little messy, but that is quite all right. This is definitely not ready to be bagged. So I have 2 paper towels here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this paper towel up. If I can, open up the other half. And I'm gonna put that half one here. And I'm gonna put it to the side. That way, when it is cooled enough, I can just throw them in their separate bags. So, uh-oh. Let's not do that. When I tell y'all I am clumsy, I am not joking. Speaking of clumsy, y'all, my son had the biggest accident with my wax. And I thought I was about to die. Not literally, but my boys were playing in the living room. And I told them to stop. They were playing somewhere else and I told them to stop. And they took it upon themselves, well, let's take it in the living room. Well, that happened and they decided, oh, well, let's throw some pillows. And they knocked down the tea light warmer that was next to my couch, my brand new couch. So there's wax all over the couch. It was a Savannah blue melt. Thank goodness her colors are light, her wax is soft. So it took probably about an hour to get it up. But for the most part, the couch is like a dark gray color, and the fabric that it is, it's you can't tell, it blends in. And for the most part, I got it up. What I did was I took some cloths, my cleaning cloths, actually like this. I get these from Walmart. They're the Mainstays brand, in their cleaning section where you get like placemats and things like that. And I put the blow dryer to it and just kind of kept dabbing it, and that worked. So if y'all ever get wax on like any big pieces of furniture, hopefully that helps for y'all. So we're gonna jump right into these loaves. We have L3's Island Fresh Gain, Bonsai, and Rice Flour Shea. I was lost for a minute. And the sticker I have on this one says, if you want to fly, give up everything that weighs you down. I love that saying. This one smells so good, y'all. I had a big old bag of these. I remember when I purchased this, it was in puppy packs, and this was before like the price increase and things like that. And just me personally, I won't buy puppy packs anymore. I just feel like for what you get, I'd rather get like her bitty Betty loaves, her like smaller loaves, or her other shapes. But that's neither here or there. But I bought probably like 8 puppy packs of this blend, and I threw it in a big old poly bag. This one's a little hard to come out, and I'm not liking that because I was hoping I was going to be able to get this back in the tin. I have new wax storage. If y'all follow me on Instagram, y'all will probably have seen that. Y'all, this is like, okay, maybe. Okay. So I find that now it's better for me to keep my loaves, really any of my shapes, in the tins that they come in. So I'm gonna do this 30 on this side, 30 on that side. I do cut from the top, so I'll start microwaving from the bottom, and I will see y'all in a couple seconds. Okay, I am back. I repositioned y'all a little bit just so y'all could see the cutting a little bit better. Oops. So it didn't get too soft, so I usually never heat on a plate. I usually just heat on the napkin, but I can tell the bottom of the plate is getting warmer than usual as compared to me heating on the napkin. I wonder if that was the problem with the other one. So one thing I try to do to keep, like when I want to put it back in the tin, is, if y'all could see, there's like numbers and a letter down there. I try to match it up with the bottom here. So that way when I go to put it back in the warmer, not the warmer, but the loaf pan, that it sits in the right way. Because sometimes it does happen to where you go to try to put it back in and it's the wrong way and it's not wanting to go in there. So yeah, I'm probably gonna leave this on this napkin. That way when I'm done chopping, I can actually move it to the side. So what I like to do for my loaves, and this is how I do all of my loaves, no matter what vendor, I chop as even as I can in the middle. This one probably could have went in the microwave just a little bit longer. Oh, this is such a pretty color. I don't have any like rippling in there, so I'm just gonna leave it. I chop again. I try to cut as close to the middle as I can, because sometimes the inner pieces might be too big or the outer pieces end up too big. So this part I try to do as straight as I can. That way I don't have to really cut down any further. I find that if I do have to cut any further, that at that point it's more of a hassle to put it back in a loaf pan than it's really worth. That goes back that way. So this one ended up being bigger than I wanted it to be, but it's completely fine, y'all. When I do I'm going to show y'all after I chop, because I cut this one bigger. I'm going to show y'all what I end up doing. I don't do it at this stage. I kind of just leave it as is. Kind of let it fall where it's going to fall. I try to cut these fairly small, not too small to where like my whole dish isn't covered at the bottom, but I do cut these fairly small. That's a good enough melt for me. That's good. I used to chop these like that big and just throw it in the warmer, and it's just, for me, it's just not worth it anymore. I noticed that I'm buying blends that I really like more often because I'm going through them more often. And it's, me personally, I just don't need big pieces of wax in the warmer. So I got this side cut pretty small. So if I got this cut any bigger in width, I would have just ended up chopping it right here when it came time to melt. But this is perfect. Yes, so this is actually perfect size. I don't really separate them. If they fall, they fall. But I don't really put too much work into separating them so they cool and things like that. I just leave it be, just because I'm just gonna stick it back in the pan anyway. I do try to keep it in the shape that it is in. I'm actually just gonna throw it back in the pan just because I could have microwaved it longer, so it's not really too warm. If I can't lift it up by like as in a whole piece, the whole loaf, I will just take each row and just put it back in there. So, is there any vendor that y'all like chopping? So I would have to say my favorite vendor to chop has to be Destination Wax. Her wax is just, for one, it cuts beautifully. For me, there's no guessing when it comes to her wax, whether I warmed it too long or whether I didn't warm it long enough. Mainly solely because with her wax, for me, I find the longer that it sits, the better it is. So I have blends from her. Let me think. Her pink sugar blender. It's pink sugar, but it's her own version of pink sugar. I've let that sit. I had it for months and months and months and months. Not because it didn't smell or it didn't have throw or anything, because it did. So that's that. I'm definitely a person where I'm not scared to melt my wax the day it comes in the mail, because I want to see how it smells on warm. I want to see the performance of it right then and there. I don't shy away from melting my wax. But that blend in particular, I'm guessing it is the oil itself, the oil concentration maybe, but it cut like butter. No microwaving needed, nothing. And I've noticed a lot of her wax is like that, like Pink Sorry. it's that way for me too. Her pink, sorry, is Pink Sugar Blender and Patchouli. Absolutely love it. Her Lavender Rosemary, her Lavender Twilight, her wax cuts, absolutely beautiful. Like I said, there is no guessing in whether I'm gonna chop Sweet Lavender from L3. There's no guessing in whether it microwave too long, not long enough. No, I find that 45 seconds for the whole thing, for me, it's good enough. Oh, this one smells good. So I'm gonna close. I have to put the Minty Z's from Britta's away because now that is all I'm smelling. Not that it's a bad thing, but I'm smelling it and I think it's time to go in the bags that they maybe cool down enough. I'm gonna throw this in the microwave. Actually, I'm not even gonna pause the camera. I'm just gonna put my mic down. I'm going to actually put this in the microwave and bag up the other one while on camera. So I threw that one in the microwave. I'm gonna throw that one in for 30 seconds. Flip it, do another 30. My daughter messed up my pieces. I try to keep the shapes together on these, but it's okay. I know how many I got each one cut up into. Excuse me. So that's good enough for me. These I try to get as flat as possible just because the way that I store them, it gives me more room. So this here is good enough. Perfect. I'm actually gonna turn that one around. Okay. Usually I would just pause the video, but for the sake of this not running forever in a day, now I cannot see. Oh, here it is. That's another thing. I am the master at putting something down, walking away from it, and then like 20 minutes later be like, what did I put down and where did I put it? And I will walk past it 1,000,001 times throughout the day and still can't find it. So I'm going to do the same thing here and try to get it as flat as possible. I don't try to keep it in the shape that it came in just because it didn't come in any type of tin or anything. So we have L3 Sweet Lavender. So I love her lavender. She has one of my favorite lavender blends, and it's Herbal Lavender, Pink Sugar, Bulwark Mellow Clouds. Yes, Herbal Lavender, Pink Sugar, and Bulwark Mellow Clouds. I feel like there's something missing in that blend. If y'all follow me on Instagram, I'm pretty sure y'all know which one I'm talking about. Oh, this one smells so good, y'all. So this lines up with that. Okay, so my reasoning, I would never ever usually get a loaf of lavender by itself. I don't really melt lavender on its own. Let me actually grab the blend so I can tell y'all. Okay, so I was missing something. So this is it. I have a loaf of it, a backup. But this is cashmere cedar, Bulwark Mellow Clouds, Pink Sugar, and Herbal Lavender. I purchased this in like her mini loaves, and I only purchased one. I was like, oh, that sounds amazing. I didn't know what Bulwark Mellow Clouds was. Had no idea it was a Bath and Body Works dupe. Had no idea what it smelled like. Neither did I Cashmere Cedar, but I was like, you know what? I love Herbal Lavender, like Pink Sugar. Let's go for it. And I absolutely fell in love with it. It was like heavy on the Herbal Lavender. Fell in love with it. I requested this for her to pour. She poured it actually for pre-order, and I purchased 2, and I was like, whoa, where's the lavender? I don't think she keeps like a book of like oil percentages of, just because the way L3 does her restocks and things like that, it's pretty much like customs, you know. So I don't think she really keeps, maybe for like her house blends, but this is not one that I think she carried like a certain percentage of each of these oils, which is fine. My other one was definitely heavier on the Herbal Lavender. So that was my reasoning in purchasing this one, so that I could actually add it to that blend. I actually melted that blend last night. Again, I could have microwaved this one longer. I'm not sure if, because the air conditioning is on, because I keep this in a drawer. This side is bigger, so I may do this smaller, especially because this is something that's going to go into blends. This is not something that I'm going to melt on its own. So I'm actually going to just go ahead and just do these smaller than I usually would. Yes, this is one I could have melted longer, like the other one. Like I said, I'm not sure if it's because the air conditioning has been on and why it seems like I'm not microwaving these long enough, especially because I feel like L3 is one vendor that like I have down packed on melting, not melting, but microwaving. So the way this one is cutting, I don't think that I'm going to even waste my time trying to get this back in the pan. It'll probably help if I kept my hand out of the way for y'all. This is like the struggles of being a lefty, y'all. So yes, I'm not going to waste my time. Just because of how it's crumbling up top. Yeah, y'all, this is one I'm not going to waste my time putting back in the pan. Even though I would really, really like to. Just because the way I can store it. But I'm not, yeah, y'all. I don't think this is one that I'm just going to waste my time even trying to store back in the pan. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut these separate. That way I can just cut it quicker, which is absolutely fine. I don't mind having to put them in the bag. It's definitely not a make or break for me. So I'm just going to cut it this way. I think, yeah, I think with it being Okay. With the air conditioning being on, maybe that I did not microwave this long enough, which now I know. So I don't know if y'all can see the mess of like, let's see when I pick it up, go to put it in the bag, almost like shavings from the loaf. It's just kind of everywhere, which is why I don't want to put it back in the bag, in the tin. I'm actually not going to put it in there yet. I'm just going to put this off to the side. I'm actually going to put the whole thing to the side. And I will try to separate this as much as I can. Just because they are going back into the bag the way it is. I do want to separate this only because I don't want too much smearing in the bag. But yes, that kind of just, it definitely made a mess. I feel like it made a mess because it was too soft. But I feel like that came with me kind of fumbling with it. So yeah, I know next time now. I'm trying to think if I've ever chopped in the summertime. Like, not that I can recall. Yeah, but this is just, that's okay. All those can't look the same and be perfectly cut. So, another vendor. I absolutely love chopping. Put that down, please. Okay. Next, we're gonna chop, not melt, Christmas clouds from Hayden Row. Another vendor I will forever, ever, ever, ever love chopping is Ebony Violets. She is a vendor that I will never, ever, 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 y'all will never see me do a chop and chat of Ebony Violets. Solely because her wax is so soft. She is not one that I will go and do a chop of. I take her wax and I chop it as I melt. I'm actually gonna grab one just to show y'all. Okay, here is one, Sugar Balsam. She has absolutely my favorite sugar cookie of all time, y'all. It's so good. But I'm gonna show y'all. She's just one vendor that her wax is just, she has a all paraffin wax blend, and her wax is so soft. Like I said, y'all, she's just one vendor I will never do a chop and chat of. Nothing to do with her as a person or her wax. It's just, I find that I am, look at that, like butter. Like, her wax just goes really, really, it is already soft, but I don't want it to mush or anything like that over time. So I'll take her wax and just chop it as I go. It completely cuts like butter. Even like knowing that I have to microwave L3 for a minute for it to cut like butter, and I believe it's not cutting the way I usually like it usually cuts. It's because it's cold. Ebony Violets, it still cuts like butter. It doesn't seem to affect it at all. Christmas Clouds is Vanilla Bean Noel and White Clouds. This is one blend that for me over time gets soft on its own. I purchased not this particular one, but a loaf from a D-stash, and I don't believe that I even microwaved that one. And if I did, it was maybe 30 seconds altogether. So, and it's very soft. So this one, I'm going to go for 30 seconds and see how that does when I take it out the microwave. Okay, so I threw that in for 30 seconds. It doesn't feel like really soft or anything. So I think I can actually throw it in for another 30 seconds. So I'm just going to flip this around. And I'm actually going to have my daughter do it. That way I don't have to keep pausing and taking off my microphone to do it. Yeah, just put it in for, just hit at 30. Yep, and just hit start. Yes, so that is my last one. So I'm gonna try to get my empties put up. I know I definitely have a lot of wax empties that I need to do. I have a couple hair products, not much, just because a lot of the times I'm just cleaning the bathroom and just throwing them away. Sometimes I do remember, majority of the time I do not. I have some like hand soaps and things like that. I am terrible at like keeping like body care and things like that for empties. So yes, I need to get my empties done. I might do it after this video. I might just do it in a different part of the house. So this one went for a minute altogether. I'm gonna try to find the right way to, okay, so that goes that way. Absolutely love this one. I think I'm gonna throw this one in the room tonight. No, actually, my bedroom melt for tonight is teddy bees. I have cuddle something, cuddle me up, or cuddle something cuddle. Very pretty. I wanted to say it's lavender, or sweet lavender, I believe, vanilla lace, and then bedtime Johnson & Johnson, the bedtime bath one. So like the other ones, I'm going to chop it as closest to the middle as I can. I kind of just put my chopper in place and then kind of look at both sides. This one again could have went longer. I'm actually going to put it in the microwave longer because I do want to get this one back in the tin. So this one is going to go on for another 30 seconds. Yes, so this is something new now for me. Now, summertime when the AC is on, maybe throw my wax in for another extra 15-20 minutes. And that'll work. Okay, I'm back, y'all. So good. It really does. This went in the microwave for altogether 1:30. So let's see how this does. I do not know which way this went in, so I'm gonna throw it in there and just see. Yep, that went in that way. I do save these plates. I try not to be wasteful, and I do save it for the next time. Oh yes, okay, that extra 30 seconds is exactly what it needed. I had to make sure I was recording. For some reason I thought I forgot to hit the play button. Okay, this is so beautiful. So I feel like her Christmas cloud, she usually does this like two-tone one. The last one I had, it was more white than it was blue. So hopefully I can get y'all in frame. Let me see if I can move y'all a little bit closer on this one. Okay, I'm not sure if y'all are a little bit closer, but I think this one I'm gonna chop a little bit smaller than usual because this is so this isn't like a heavy hitter. This is not gonna be, you know, like bonsai or Irish linen. It's not very like strong, but it definitely fills up the room very, very good. And it's not so much of this blend in particular, but more so Hayden Rose blends. So, side note, this is not a warmer that I usually leave on by itself. This Scentsy one. I have to see how many watts it is. There's no sticker on this one, which is weird because I feel like all of Scentsy warmers have stickers on it. But I'm gonna check because if I don't, it's really gonna bother me. So, okay, this warmer is a 12 watt. This is not a warmer. Let me see if I can show y'all. That one there. That's not a warmer that I leave on by itself. It's only a 12 watt. For me, it's not going to put out like my 24 watts. I do have a Glade 13 watt that I will put in the bedroom and it pumps. It works just as good as my 24 watt warmers. I hear so many people say that they don't get throw and that they don't like it. I've never had an issue with it, but that's just me. But I never leave this one on by itself, so I could never tell if that warmer is like giving throw or anything. So I only have that blend and this warmer, and I smell it. And of course I smell it because I'm right here. I'm going to try to chop it this way because, well, maybe we can do it this way. That way my hand is not in the way. Yeah. So I feel like I smell it just because I'm right here. But that's just not a warmer that I would personally leave on at night. I mean, on by itself. So I'm gonna leave this in piece like this because I feel like if I cut it, it's just gonna go all funky on me. So I'm gonna leave it. And then when I get to that point of coming to melt this, I'm just gonna chop it in half because this for me, I would never melt this big of a piece by itself. Some pieces did come off, which is fine, y'all. Oh, this one smells so good. I put that Teddy Bees in one not too long ago. And I'm like fighting myself like, Jazz, don't take it out. You just put it in right before you started this video. It doesn't need to come out yet. But I really want to melt this one. So I'm just going to put this one right back in the warmer. Not the warmer. I don't know what is up with me and mixing up everything with the warmer today. But I'm just going to put this one back in the tin. And try to separate these here. Yep, there we go. So these ones are a little tricky just because the top pieces came off, which is fine. But it's just a little fumble, like trying to get it in the tin, at least with me and these nails. Me actually having nails, I've been a nail biter all of my life, and only probably within the past 2 years that I've had nails. Don't know, one day just stop biting. It's always kind of been, I wouldn't say it was a nervous habit, but it was something that I've always done as a child, and it's just kind of stuck with me. I think that piece goes there. So it definitely carried into adulthood for me. That one does not go there. And so now having nails and them actually being mine and not acrylic, it's not an adjustment because I'm fairly used to it now. But I think for me it's time to just chop them down. They're getting too long. I feel like they're getting out of control. My daughter's behind the camera. She's like, no, don't do it. Sorry, you guys. I thought I was in frame. My cameraman's supposed to be keeping me on track. I think she's tired. Man. Oh, my camera girl. I think she's tired. My last chop and chat video, she was actually helping me out. So I think I'm gonna just keep her in my chop and chat videos. I'm going to show y'all how I actually clean these off. So I sent my daughter to get the item that I use to clean off my choppers. So I'm just gonna throw that back in there. I'm actually gonna put the side that I chop with a bigger piece on there. That way I use that first, but that's how it's chopped up. Don't turn it upside down. So I'm actually gonna close all of these baggies. This should be cooled down. This one is not gonna flatten out. Okay. The boys are being summoned by their dad. I think someone might have lost the remote. So this one I might, nope, okay. I was gonna actually put that one in the other bag, but that is okay. So I'm just gonna put that there. Before I actually clean my choppers, I'm going to bag up sweet lavender. Oh goodness. He scared me. So, let's see. I was gonna say something and I got scared by the little one. He completely threw me off track. So I'm going to throw the sweet lavender in here. I tend to record after the kids are asleep, but I'm tired. So I figured I would record now because I knew that if I did not record now, that I was going to end up chopping these and never recording it. So now that, so a lot of these little like bits and pieces got in here. I don't really care for these things. I know some people will put them in their bags. I personally don't care for them because I feel like they make like such a big mess in the bags. So I kind of like to keep all these bits and pieces off. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I hope this video isn't too long. It's definitely an hour long between this one and my last one. I know I usually don't do videos this long, but I love, me personally, I love watching chopping chats, and I love when they're long. I usually watch chopping chats when I can't sleep, and of course I feel like they never put me to sleep, because like once I watch one, I'm like watching everyone on YouTube. So I hope y'all are enjoying the longer video for me. Like I said, it's definitely been a while since I've done a longer one. So here we are with Sweet Lavender. I'm gonna put this to the side. This one I will not keep with the rest of my storage. So like these bits and pieces, I don't really care for it. I don't throw them in my bag. I'll probably throw them in with the blend that I have in my warmer in the bedroom, just so that I'm not wasteful, just because it is a lavender blend that I have in my bedroom. So I'll probably throw that in there, that way I'm not being wasteful. So on to the last part, how I clean these. Clorox wipes, you guys. So I feel like people are like, oh, don't get water or liquid on your wax, it's not gonna come out. And for me, this is the best thing that I found to clean it. It's very like, y'all can see there's fingerprints, and it's a whole hot mess. So sometimes I'll usually grab two between both, and I will go over it with a paper towel. And y'all can see me now, my pigtails. But like y'all, it's like new. It's clean. There's no wax residue or anything like that. Y'all can actually see through it. I have the bag that it came with. I ordered it off of Amazon. So I'll just throw that in there. I'll use the same one for the first one, and I'll just use that one kind of around the edges on the handle. And then I'll take this one here, a new one, and then just kind of get in the crevices with it. Let's see. Y'all, this like, I feel like takes no time to do. And while it doesn't take a long time to do, I just have like, if y'all can see, there's still wax in there. So I just go in there, I'll just kind of put my nail in there and just get the bits. Yeah, so while it takes no time to clean this, I just don't ever feel like cleaning it. I see so many people's Instagram posts, and their wax choppers look absolutely phenomenal. They look brand new. They've had them for years. Mine looks brand new every 6 months, because I just don't clean it. But it's very simple. It takes no time to clean, y'all. Like, so I'm just gonna throw that back in there. Always keep my items in there. I'm going to clean up my mess. I'm actually gonna wipe this down. I usually try to, well, always whenever I chop, I usually go over my counter with the straight edge one, but I cleaned it. So I will use like my window scraper to just kind of get the rest. But that is it for my chop and chat. I hope you guys enjoy. I will see y'all in the next one, and hopefully I will have my empties up sometime this week. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.